What's up, Planeswalkers? Theorix6, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and I'm going to be playing some Nicol Bolas, staying on our route, but instead of really talking about the gameplay, I'm just going to have the gameplay kind of be a backdrop, and I'm going to discuss the sweet news for Magic Arena that we just got. Literally, for me, it was 20 minutes ago. I had to make sure I watched the announcement video several times, just to make sure I understood everything properly. Our opponent is Soul Warrior 343. I'm still going to shout out my opponents, you know. But June 7th is the next Magic Arena beta update. And there are a lot of exciting things to go over. Hopefully I get through all of them in this video. If I don't, I will finish up in the Muldrotha video. So first things first, the Kaladesh block will be hitting Arena on the 7th, which is fantastic. And also, I like that this announcement is kind of like really closely followed by the actual update. It would have been really disappointing if they were like, oh yeah, it's coming like June 20th, right? So I'm glad that it'll only be here in what, 8 days or something like that, a week from tomorrow. So we get Kaladesh block, and with Kaladesh block comes the standard ban list. Which is fantastic. If you're unsure, the standard ban list currently includes Aetherworks Marvel, oh, that's horrifying. Aetherworks Marvel, Attune with Aether, Smuggler's Copter, Felidar Sovereign, Rogue Refiner, finally Ramunap Ruins, and Rampaging Frostodon. Frostodon I don't think has been seeing too much play in the mono red decks, but Ruins definitely can ruin some days, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. This I think is what I was saying in the other video. I'm not entirely sure that all of these cards necessarily would be problems in a best of one format, but I'm so glad to get rid of Ramunap Ruins, if nothing else. That said, possibly it will make Blue 8 control even more annoying to deal with because they won't have like the entire power of red to contend with. So I don't know. I am a little worried, but yeah, we'll see. So we get the standard ban list. Additionally, because they want to make it so that like we're not just sad and dying from trying to get these cards, they are going to give us a playset of very specific cards. These I think are just like very commonly played cards from Kaladesh block. So we'd be getting Aether Hub, Aether Sphere Harvester, Bomat Courier, Chandra Torch of Defiance, Disallow, Fatal Push, Fumigate, Glint Street Siphoner, Heart of Kirin, Pia Nalar, Scrapheap Scrounger, Spire of Industry, Torrential Gearhulk, which is dope for me, because I might try and put it in the Bolas deck. Oh darn, I don't have double black. This is awkward. Well, I have Hour of Devastation next anyways. I have no idea what that is. Walking Ballista, and I don't know, like Unified Dissenter or something. I can't read my own handwriting. Oh, cool! I can play this. Yeah, so we're getting a playset of those. In addition to that, we are getting one copy of every Kaladesh rare mythic, and 2 copies of all commons and uncommons. That is fantastic, utterly fantastic. Being able to like start immediately with the brewing is going to be great. Let's see. Let's get playset. That's awesome. Oh well, I do have a Vraska's Contempt. Sadly, I'm going to go to 1 here. That is unfortunate. I'm probably going to die. Let's see. Yeah. Some news in terms of events. The draft will become 24/7, which I know I personally don't care too much about the drafts. But the drafts being 24/7, a lot of people are going to appreciate. I do have to kill this now just before they're able to use its ability. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the game. Come on. This is me. Yeah, so drafts being 24/7, that's going to be fantastic. A lot of people play Magic to draft, so being able to do this whenever they want is probably going to be really good for them. They didn't say anything about the cost changing. No, it doesn't. So that is a thing that maybe people will be a little bit more upfront about, since that is something that might become someone's primary mode of play, and it's difficult to keep that going, I think. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm just a trash draft player. I don't know. They did say they're going to slightly update some of the draft AI. I assume this just means, like, they're going to make it so the draft AI isn't, like, not picking white and black cards from Hour of Devastation, which I saw Merchant's zombie draft, and it seemed like they just weren't taking white and black cards, which is really weird. So I assume that's the type of thing they were talking about, not, like, any major AI update or anything like that. Best of 3 events are coming. Now, this isn't that a best of 3 queue is going to be coming yet. This is just that a best of 3 event is coming. So these will be for more constructed-minded folks. And it will have a higher cost than the normal, like, quick constructed. I don't know how I feel about that just yet. If it has a higher cost without, like, also having, like, a proportionally higher prize pool, I'm gonna be mad. Other people will be mad. We don't need this garbage. We need, you know, proportional rewards. But I'm kind of fine with them having a higher entrance fee, as long as, you know, it is still something that is a reasonable approximation of using your skill to gain value. They did say that they will be having best of 3 queues that don't have a cost sometime in the future. And I think I talked a little bit about this earlier on, that this is something that they were looking at doing. So, you know, this was expected. You know, I expected them to test out the waters for best of 3 with a paid thing first, and then go into not talking with a paste again. It's fine. And then go into the normal queue. So I think that's totally fine. Just making sure that their best of 3 system is a subset of the audience, so it's not making anything strange. Best of 3 system. They're also looking at something really cool, which is a singleton event. Sometime, I think they said, yeah, mid-June. So mid-June, they're looking to try and have a singleton event. And I think, honestly, that this is trying to set up for some sort of, like, brawl event. Because I think what they're doing, and I could super be wrong, is making sure that their system can enable, the system can enable the queues to recognize when a deck is illegal, based not on, like, any sort of inherent ban list, but based on, like, them telling it to only have one of or something. Obviously, I don't know. But it's cool that they're going to be trying these different formats. Hopefully we'll see Popper. You're going to be banned soon. You are going to go away, which is fantastic. Opponent, low on resources here. We have Magma Spray. It's just going to, what, dome me for 3? That's fine. Let's see. And we'll just play this. And turn. They did talk a little bit about the economy. They said that... Oh, get out of my hand. They said that they're going to be extending the win track. Right now we have that 4 down here. To be 15 wins. Interspersed... Oh, no, I'm not letting you have that. Interspersed with gold as well as uncommon ICRs. Hey, you know, you win one, you lose one. It's only been good old 10 minutes. That's what happens when you fight blue. Okay, well, I got a pack, so I'm going to open a pack at the end of the video. But yeah, so this goes up to 15, and it's going to be uncommons and gold. Now, my concern is that they didn't actually address what exactly the load is for it, right? Right now, it's incredibly front-loaded, right? We get 250 gold for our first win. If they make it so that, like, the gold that we're getting for the first 4 wins is also, like, decreased to intersperse it to 15 wins, I think, frankly, that's trash. I think that's an awful move. They cited that, you know, there were some people, like, the 4 wins is great for a lot of people. I really like games in which I can hop in, play about 4 games, right? Duelist does this super well because you are able to just play your games. You don't have to actually win with anything. So you just play 4 games, and even if you lose, you're like, all right, that's enough for today, whatever. So obviously they recognize that 4 games is kind of a nice sweet spot for people who just want to log on and play a little bit. Shut up, Siren. But they wanted to reward people who still wanted to just play a bunch of Magic. If they take away the front-loaded gold on the 4 as like a justification for pulling it to 15, I think they don't recognize that that's just going to move the alienation from one group to the other, right? It's going to take away from the people who just want to play 4 games, or win 4 games, I should say. It's going to take the frustration away from people who want to win more than that to the people who were fine before, right? So if what they're doing is just adding on 11 more layers, and even if the gold is like minuscule, right, that will be much better than taking away our upfront gold, right? People who like the four wins will see it as a like need to grind then, right? Whereas right now, playing until I hit 4 wins, that's fine. That's like roughly the amount I want to play on a day-to-day basis, especially since I am recording things and I have to be a little bit more animated. But if they take that away, that's gonna like suck, and I really hope that they don't do that. Let's go into another game while I talk about the remaining things. They're going to add a welcome bundle into the store, which is going to be like $5. Going against End Seeking Valor. I don't know if I shouted out the middle person. Oops. The welcome bundle is going to be $5. You're going to have a bunch of gold, or you're going to have a bunch of gems, excuse me, and a bunch of packs. I think that's good. You know, I think all of the card games that I play have welcome bundles like that, and usually they're like a really good value. So as long as Wizards has it be a good value, I think welcome bundles are fine. Do they kind of incentivize players to buy them because of like, quote unquote, the value is like enticing them? Yeah, but like, so Wizards has to make money, you know. I think it's totally fine. Yeah, let's keep that on top for now. Let's see. I think I have like one last thing. Am I madman? No, yeah. Oh, they're having some changes to matchmaking as well. So matchmaking is going to be reset, and everyone will have placement matches, which I think is really cool. I don't know how many matches that will be though, and that's kind of like the concerning part. Obviously, we're probably going to like figure that out, but as of right now, thank you, go away. As of right now, we're not entirely sure. But we'll have placement games, which will give us a more accurate MMR. Our rank will reflect our MMR, and hopefully we'll actually be going up against people who have very similar MMR to us, instead of, you know, potentially going up against people who are exceedingly better or exceedingly worse. So that's good. I do hope that the matchmaking is somewhat fixed. Obviously, depending on the time that you're playing, there might not be the amount of people required to like give you a very accurate game to make sure you're not queued up against someone who's super different skill level than you are. But you know, that's inherent in every like matchmaking card game I've played. You know, some times of day are just not as populous. Yeah, I mean, I think that is it. Oh, I think they're also changing the settings menu, so this is going to get a little bit of an overhaul as well. So that's cool. That can resolve. I don't know why you thought so long about it. But yeah, I mean, that is the update. I'm just gonna do this now. It doesn't actually matter. Yeah, that's the update. It's going to be hitting Arena in June 7th, which I'm super excited about. I'm very interested to see, you know, how best of 3 works mostly. Like that's what I care most about, really. I prefer the heavy skill laden aspect of the game, at least in something like a standard format. When I'm playing like non-constructed formats, I don't really care. But you know, you put me in a constructed format, a 60-card constructed, I should say, and I want to win. So having a minimal amount of RNG helps that. Oh man. Well, now that that's over with, I can start talking about my games. So I can play Submerged Boneyard here to almost guarantee that next turn I can play Liliana. But that means I won't be able to Hieroglyphic at the end of their turn. Well, casting Hieroglyphic will draw me into more likely cards that I'll play Liliana, so I'm going to do that. Is there anything else that I forgot to bring up regarding the June 7th update? Not really, no. I'm gonna have a blast upgrading all of my decks. It's cool that there's not gonna be a wipe. In that we're going to know sure. What is this deck? Is it a Muldrotha deck, maybe? It's possible. It was a May, so I assume they're going to choose not to. Yeah, I've already been looking at different Kaladesh cards that I'm interested in putting in the decks, and I am so incredibly glad that they decided to make these cards essentially like available upfront. That is top notch. Ooh. No, I want to save Chupacabra, I think. If I play Liliana, probably gets attacked down by 1. Do I care, though? Not really. Alternatively, well, I was going to say I could play Chupacabra, assume that it dies, get it back with Liliana, but that's a really strange thing to do. If I assume that this is a Muldrotha deck, then I could assume that they have Vraskas as well as, well, Vraska's almost certainly, but potentially the Eldest Reborn. And I'd rather have Liliana exiled, and I think since Vraska is more likely, that I should play Liliana first. I could be wrong. I'm getting a bit flooded here. Could use a Granddaddy Bolas. That'd be great. Go ahead and plus.
Why hire servants when you can raid? Oh, look what I found.
And looks like a Doomfall and a Chupacabra. Cool, cool. So theoretically, depending on what happens with Lily, I can just Chupacabra and Chupacabra in the same turn, which will be awesome. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of the announcement. I probably should put a link in the description, but I'm not sure if that's okay. Hey, look, it's Vraska's Contempt, just like I thought. I'm a smart man. That's a really suspicious attack. That's an incredibly suspicious attack. Leaving 2 open? I'm at 20. I don't care. I'm not pulling the wool over my eyes. Hey, look, it's an Hour of Devastation, which I do not need to cast yet. I'm actually going to play the Evolving Wilds to fetch a land. It's, like, the percentages on it are, like, really small, but why not, essentially? I will attack into you. Alright, that's fine. I will Chupacabra that. It's possibly wrong, because Hour does not hit, it does not kill, I should say. Muldrotha, if this is that type of deck, but I have legitimately no idea what my opponent's playing right now. Like, actually none. I've seen so few spells out of them that I can't really be sure what exactly they're playing. Let me know what you guys are most excited for in this update. I know I could, like, not care less about the draft being 24/7, because I just am not a big fan of Limited, frankly. It's fine, but if I have the gold, I'm going to be playing the best of 3 Quick Constructed. Sure, Merfolk Branchwalker, that is fine. I mean, this is leading me towards Midrange, but I have no idea. Thrashing? I mean, that still is leading me towards Muldrotha. And they put it on bottom. I guess they're searching for something. Possibly. Oh, Scarab God, that's horrifying. Luckily, they don't have mana, so I will be able to Hour here. I was supposed to do that. That was me being stupid, guys. That is unfortunate. That said, I'm going to attack. The reason I'm attacking here is, like, they might see that this is just a weird desperation attack and just block with both and, like, make Hour of Devastation technically worse. Yeah, so that looks like what they're doing. What the hell? Okay, that's fine. He's gonna die anyway. Alright. So I could really use some spells. Because remember, these two we didn't actually see. So we've only seen, like, 4 spells? 5 spells? 6? Something? I don't know. That's fine. So they're probably just going to cast that next turn. They won't really have mana to do anything else. I need to just do this as soon as possible. I'm just doing this now. Because I need to not forget that. Game is freaking out a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So let's see what my opponent plays here. Probably just the Scarab God again. I would be surprised if it was anything else. I do have 2 Vraska's Contempt in here now, so I would very much like to draw Vraska's. I also have another Doomfall. I don't know if I'm running 2 or 3. If only I had the deck tracker up. So, like, if he ends up playing 1 creature here, any of those 3 cards, minimum 3, would be great. Bolas would be pretty good. Ah, playing that. Well, if you can't actually use both. Okay. So that is protect against Doomfall. What the actual hell? I'm like 100% certain that I can't come back from this. Yeah. Should I just concede? We'll see. We'll see what happens here. If I don't draw gas, then I'm conceding because it's just too many lands to draw. Not enough gas. Yep, sure. Not really worried about the damage. It's more just about the ability for them to activate Scarab God. Sure. I mean, I'm pretty certain that this is a Muldrotha deck. I'm assuming they're running only 2 Muldrothas, which I think is insanity. Well, we got a Bolas. I'm gonna plus the Bolas. And the reason I'm gonna plus the Bolas is because I'm a madman. I'll do this. Because killing the 5/5 doesn't do anything but get Bolas killed. He could also sack that anyway. Well, I'm probably screwed. I'm gonna plus. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. And hope that they don't see that they can use Siren Stormcaller. Don't see it. Let me give value. Okay. Oh, that Chupacabra though. So the thing is, like, even if they decide to Scarab God here, or Siren away the Scarab God, that means 1, they can't activate the Scarab God, and it looks like, oh wait, they have 5 mana. No. And they're gonna Siren. Yeah. All right, that's game. Bolas is dead right there. So, curses. Oh well. We got in some mostly good games. But most importantly, we have a pack. And I'm going to open it. What are we at now? 51. That's decent. I don't need that card. That's fine. I don't know why I went to Dex. Why did I go to Dex? I hope you guys like that really weird video that included updates and me losing randomly. I'm super excited for the Kaladesh update. I don't know if you can tell. I feel like my voice is a little bit more wired because of this sweet... Shut up, computer. It's a little bit more hectic because I'm really excited. I'm super excited about Best of 3. That is what I'm most excited about. Let me know what you guys are most excited about. Go ahead. Tap that like button. Add a subscription to your mana pool. Cast a comment to the comment sections down below. And until next time, all will be one.